I ordered another bib, and hopefully these are going to be real bibs. Yes.
Dougie, can you stream into Team?
So it's like an experiment.
Totally.
You can eat them all. So
Yeah.
those, and you guys that are down here that came and got the lettuces that I thought were terrible, all of a sudden, all those romaines on that tower, that's all the terrible lettuce that I thought I felt so bad that I sold people these terrible lettuces. And some of them died, but the ones that made it, man, they are going crazy now. And we just had such a good salad. 12:04.
Do you think Joe Biden is a socialist?
Okay, I'm streaming into Team.
Everybody's taking Monday off today. But you know what? You guys are here. And that's all that matters.
That's right.
Hey, Sharon, your mic's not working. Maybe I'm not hearing anybody.
Turn off the computer sound.
Hi.
Are you not hearing us?
Yeah, we can hear everybody. We can hear you.
Yeah, I think my
Can you hear
sound
me?
is off or something.
We hear
Yeah.
you, Doug.
We can hear you,
Okay,
Doug.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't hear
something's
anybody.
going on with my
You
seat.
had
I can't hear.
Oh, look,
Can you hear me?
my speakers are on.
Oh, remember how I told you
You good?
Sharon and them went cross country?
Hi guys.
They got to New Orleans and decided to come
Hi,
back.
Sharon.
Hi Joy. Who are you talking to, Joy?
Hi. See, that's what you need to turn your thing on mute when you come on. I was just telling somebody about your cross country trip, and then I saw you last night.
I know, it was crazy. You know, Juice Plus actually has helped me to be able to drive a longer distance. I used to only be able to drive 3 hours and not even drive 3 hours. I'd have to take a nap.
I remember.
Oh my gosh, I drove 11 hours on that last day.
Hello,
I
hello,
have no
hello.
idea. I felt like I was
Okay.
Stacey Turner. See, I know you do that. I tried to embody you. She does it all the time. She drives to Texas and Alabama and New Mexico and
Wow.
I can do 15 hours
Oh.
is my max.
Yeah.
And with 3 littles, that was everyone's max. And
I'm
then we would
kidding.
sleep and then get up the next day and still have to drive another 7 when I would drive back from Alabama to New Mexico. That's why I would stay like 4 weeks. Jarrett would be like, "Come home." And I was like, "No, I can't get myself back in the car again. You're going to have to give me a couple weeks before I can make us all get back in there."
yeah, it was good that Emma turned us around.
Where did she turn you around?
New Orleans.
She was like, "Yeah, I'm done, Mom."
Yeah, that was it. And then she's like, I hate seeing all these trees. All she would see, I'm like, I just wanted to just go off on her because I'm like, I could have a long list of what I'm hating right now. She hates trees. Like, really? Anyway, it was painful to go that long.
You had to keep going west to get out of the trees. And then you get to Texas and you're like,
Yeah.
I hate seeing all this dirt.
Yeah. Well, there's
I
nothing.
couldn't
No
imagine.
trees.
I couldn't imagine crossing Texas. I was really excited to get to like New Mexico or Utah, but it was going to take a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't have it in us.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
a
good
lot.
to turn us around.
Well, if you go to New Mexico and Utah, you have to come to Montana.
I know. I thought of that. I mean, I would love to go to every state that you guys are in. You know, I think I could do it myself. So you guys should send me messages. You're welcome to come here. And then I'll see where all I can stop. I mean, I'm game. I don't know about Doug being without me that long, but I'm fine.
I love road trips.
All right, Maria. That's awesome.
I drove my daughter to Colorado. So I went through Texas into Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what are we going to do in Texas. I think that
You go to the home of the big Texan.
Oh, okay.
And he,
And Maria, tell them what you do because I love your job. I think you're awesome.
that I do what? Oh, I own a transportation company.
Yeah, so she is like the major owner of like a trucking company, right? How many
Yep.
trucks and employees do you have?
We have 20 trucks and 8 office workers.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I thought about you because I mean, you see truckers all the time. I'm thinking, how do they
Yes.
Because I mean, there's so many incidents while you're on the road. There was like an incident of, oh my gosh, we were almost in an accident. Somebody hit a person that was on a thing that they mow the grass with those big tractors.
Oh
It
God,
was
yeah.
right after we left New Orleans, and I was in the left lane, and the person right in front of me hit that tractor with the guy just sitting there on the tractor, like mowing the grass. I'm like, oh my gosh, he was in our lane.
Wow.
So that
Wow.
was very scary. So I was
Yeah.
thinking of the truckers, they have to be involved. Okay, and then I got stopped too, guys. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't really know if I was speeding. I was kind of going along with everybody. I didn't think I was speeding that much if I was. And it wasn't for speeding. I was so glad. It was an Alabama trooper, and he was super nice. He stopped us because Emma had her legs up on the dashboard.
Oh, no.
Really?
How bad?
Wow. I didn't know that was illegal.
It wasn't. He was stopping her for her safety.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice. I'm
well,
sure
that's
she'll never
nice.
forget that. I'm like,
I used to do that trip. That's funny. I used to do that trip to New Orleans all the time because my kids studied in New Orleans.
oh, wow.
I had one in Tulane and one in Loyola.
Mm.
Oh, I saw Tulane while I was there. That's pretty cool.
It's beautiful, beautiful campus. Melissa graduated with a bachelor's in neuroscience from there.
That's huge.
Yeah.
She's on our team. She's the one on our team.
No, that's Riza, my son's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, my daughter is a vet. She's a veterinarian. She's the one living in Colorado.
we need to get her on the team.
Yeah, I'm waiting. She just bought a house. I'm waiting for her to get settled. She already told me, Mom, I'm ready for a tower.
Awesome. Awesome.
Did she go to CSU?
She went to the one that's in Fort Collins. I always forget if it's Colorado State.
Colorado State.
Yeah, that's where she finished. That's where she did her vet school.
Right. A lot of the
You better-
vets out here do that because there are not very many vet schools out west.
Right. She
Yeah.
loved it. She
Yeah.
went there because it was imaging. She
Yeah.
loved the imaging, and they specialize in all the orthopedics.
Right.
But she ended up staying with small animals. She works for Banfield out in Denver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we used to have Juice Plus for pets. How many of you
Really?
can say that you've used Juice Plus on your pets? How many of you do that?
Yep.
Really?
So tell us, each of you, how you do it. What do you give your pets? Because I think that's an interesting topic.
Okay, me.
All
I do this every day.
All right.
I put the red, the fruit, the vegetables, and the omegas on my cats and my dog's food every
Wow.
day. Yeah. And I make raw food for my dog, and I put it in the raw food as well. So I put the red and the green and the omegas in the raw food. So she gets twice as much. She gets it in her raw food and on her food. Now, my cat was almost dead like 2 years ago, and I gave him the complete vanilla shake with red and green only in a syringe, and I saved his happy butt.
Wow.
Wow.
He's still alive.
So I
How,
think
how
that's-
much for the cat? How much?
I used one capsule between 3 10-pound animals.
Wow. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I just sprinkle it on. I did a video yesterday, the day before, on my Facebook. So, and I show how I sprinkle it on each food, and I've done that for like 3 years.
Oh, I'm going to follow you so I can see it.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Bella's gonna give King some. Awesome. Who else? Who else do you put Juice Plus in their dogs or cats? Or horses, maybe?
I give gummies to my dog. 2 or 3. I said I give gummies. I give the gummies to my dog.
And so soon there were 7 of us. And then I went to Patty's Boot Camp.
I never thought of that, but it makes sense. So I'm definitely going to give my king some gummies and capsules.
Go
He
King.
loves them.
Today.
Loves them.
Who else? Who else gives Juice Plus or fruits and vegetables to their pets?
My dad used to put them on his dog's food, and it got to where his dog would not eat the food until he put the cap on it. He would sit and look at the bottles, and he wouldn't wag his tail or look at my dad until my dad got the bottles and he would shake it and then he'd start wagging his tail and get all excited. Then he'd sprinkle it on. But he had been limping and not running anymore. He was a bird dog, like a hunter dog. And then my dad started doing that and he lived like another 2 years pain-free. Like he was able to run again and really made a difference in his quality of life.
That is amazing. Okay, who remembers the story with the fish? Karen, you're a fish person, right? You probably remember that, or maybe Stacy does. You guys remember what happened with the fish?
No.
Karen, what's with your computer sound? You got to come on the phone, I think. That's terrible. You guys don't remember that story?
No,
I think
I don't remember
Karen
that.
does, but she's mute. Bummer. Her computer audio has not been happening. So from what I remember, it was that there was a fish that was gray. You know, it was like basically dying or something. I don't know about fish, but you know, some people are really into fish and aquariums and all that. And they added the green capsule powders into the water, and the fish came back to life basically and became like whatever color it was supposed to be. How amazing is that?
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Love it.
So there, Karen wrote it. An Oscar fish, I knew she would know the details, was dying, and the owner started sprinkling the greens at the top, and the fish thrives.
Wow.
I mean, Juice Plus is for everyone. Talk about an absolute. Juice Plus may not be for everyone. Sorry.
Wow.
Anyway, so great. All right, so that's some great stories of pets. We can use Juice Plus on our pets. Anybody else have any pet stories with Juice Plus? I've heard some great ones over the years. Karen, I know that Barb was using it with her pets too. Maybe you could write about that. So everybody knows that too. We have some major superstars on here today, and I know I would miss a lot of people if I tried to point out everybody. But I know that Alicia is all over our Team Transformers. And maybe Michelle, you could introduce this. I didn't tell Alicia we'd be calling on her or you, but can you tell us what's been happening? Because it was post after post after post, and how exciting.
Hey guys, is Alicia here? Oh, she's here.
Yeah, she's here.
So I'll just intro real quick because this is all Alicia. So yesterday we had a salad party, which was hosted by a good friend of hers who is also like an amazing person. Like she's a mastery coach, a life coach, a doctor, like all these things. And so she offered to have an in-person salad party for people that were really wanting to do it. And so we took all the precautions, and Alicia did the presentation. And Alicia, tell them what happened from there.
So from there, she signed up, Rudy signed up, and Paige signed up, the 3 people that I highlighted on our Team Transformers page. She was super excited. You know how you start a presentation when you see that not many people showed to an event, you think, well, I'm kind of bummed because I don't think I'm going to get anything from this. I kind of already know what I do. But when you deliver the presentation with confidence, energy, thrive, man, she was feeding off of my slides and like, pause, let me take pictures. And then she was getting excited. So yeah, with only 3 guests, like Michelle said, 3 became now members of our Juice Plus community. And this woman has so much influence. Her center is going to be open to help people with nutrition. So we're just gonna go places. It's really exciting. But most important part was just to never lack motivation, even if the showing's not as large as you hoped for. You never know what happens. I had 3 signups, and by this Wednesday's Lunch and Learn, I'm hoping 2 of them will join the call. They were going to try today, but something came up. But I've already had some calls with them, and we plan on doing our friends and family call. It's already talking and pushing that forward, and excited. It happened. It's great. And I just ate my first salad from my salad in a jar.
That's awesome. Wow. I mean, you guys made it happen with your energy, like you said. And you obviously shared the business at the salad jar party. So how'd you do that?
I did that with our wonderful slide right at the end. It talks about how to become a partner. And it's so easy to just follow through and read the slide, adding your little sugar and spice in it, you know, getting excited about it, having a supportive upline like Michelle. What happened, Doug?
You were using the standard presentation on the Freedom Revolution.
Yes, the Healthy Revolution one. And so I added just 2 slides, one slide that contained a picture of my family so that I can go into my story. And then at the very end, I added our next upcoming event, which basically Dr. Maritza Ezekiel Kelly has offered her center so that at every end of the month, we host a salad in a jar / meal prep party. She's going to advertise it on her company page, as well as I'm going to do another on my end. So we're going to get people from different populations coming through. And there's a couple of life coaches in that. Rudy, for example, is a life coach. So he's targeting fitness and wellness with his clientele. So, I mean, we're gonna grow. Get ready.
So they've already got vision for the possibilities.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Okay, I think there's a number of PowerPoints on the Freedom Revolution. Do you remember the name of which one you downloaded? Maybe you guys can put it in
Yep.
here.
I'm going to pull it up because it's, and this one, I love this slide. I've done this slide twice already. It just contains everything you need, so it's very easy to run through it.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to memorize anything. You read basically off of the PowerPoint and then just like you said, add a little anecdotal story here or there. And it's perfect.
Exactly. So it's healthy_living_revolution_PowerPoint. So the one that starts like that.
Okay, under trainings maybe, or events?
Under trainings. I downloaded it to my Google Drive, so it's easy to access from my phone. And so I just pass right from my phone. If I don't have a laptop with me, there's no problem. There's a smart TV, we can do that. But yes, it was from the Freedom Revolution. And so I don't know if we want to talk about other things. I could try to find it exactly where I found it. And then
Well, I think some people might have questions.
Want to do it? Okay.
Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about how that went and how they may have kept it kind of safe, you know, with COVID and people being scared and all that jazz?
Absolutely.
Anybody have any questions? This is your Lunch and Learn. You're welcome to speak up.
More details.
More details, Jamie.
Nicola here.
Oh, Nicole?
I'm sorry. Yes, please. I want to know if you had any, I forgot the word, objections from people because of, you know, the situation. How did you overcome that? How did you have people say yes to gather with more than 3 people in one place?
So I think when people noticed in the invitation that it was no more than 10 people that accepted the invite, those that had accepted felt very comfortable in coming. I also forewarned, I do, for example, have one friend that was going to come, and she used to be a Juice Plus rep, and she plans on joining my team come July. But she's very against the mask. So I decided to make sure she was aware before coming to the event that when we do the portion of prepping our salads, the mask is an absolute must. I'm not going to have people talking over the food, breathing over the food. That was an absolute must. And then I also explained to anyone that had questions about the seating and everything, how I was going to space out the seats 6 feet apart. So we had good distance. I encourage, you know, I mean, you have to also use common sense, right? If you don't feel well, you don't go to events. If you feel yourself with a little cough, a headache or anything, but obviously we can't control what other people feel. So, you know, right when they entered, I saw everyone was energetic. They were keeping distance. You can tell by body language who actually follows the protocols that are in place and mandated by our counties and our cities. So, but that was this one particular person, which I thought, I was kind of getting a stomach ache. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to be so opposed. I went to Publix with her during one of my trainings, and she like basically was like arguing with the manager. She's not wearing a mask. It's against her doctor's orders, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just wearing my mask. I'm walking away. But I prepped her, and she was very open-minded. And she's like, oh, it makes complete sense. I'm like, you don't want people spitting accidentally over your food. So approaching it in that way was very helpful.
Yeah.
So I think because we prep people working up to the event, whoever had a question here and there on how it was going to be handled, they felt comfortable. And I think also, though we invited and extended the invitation to a lot, the count on the invite showing how many people actually accepted and commented on ingredients they were coming made them feel comfortable, like, oh, okay, it's not over 10 individuals coming.
Did you use Eventbrite or something like that where it showed the count?
So we used Facebook, and the thing is that Dr. Maritza created the post. I gave her the content that we used with instructions on the mason jars and the ingredients, etc. However, next time I'm going to do my own creation because I like hosting and managing and making sure I can like really send it out. So we're just going to run 2 separate ones, one that she can run under. So when she signed up as now a distributor, she linked her company, Obtaining Mastery, to her Juice Plus business. And it's going to be an avenue that she's really going to promote through her nutritional portion of her services. She's a doctor in psychotherapy, hypnosis, etc. So she does overall wellness, well-being. So really
And
good.
you met her probably through these extra courses you've been taking, some certification courses?
She's my instructor. She's the one who, yes.
Kind of went out and did something totally different during this quarantine, and now she's got new people who have joined her team. That's how it works, you know?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Great.
And I'm being exposed to a lot of new friends, members. I mean, it's crazy, and people are interested even throughout class. Like, she would help me because she owns a tower garden. Before she even knew me, she had a tower garden. We helped her set it up. She's constantly putting posts about her tower garden, which is getting people really excited. So all throughout our 7 days of training, we would brag about our tower gardens, like, oh, you have some tomatoes coming in? Yeah, I have some kale also coming in. And so so the technique taught is neurolinguistic programming. So you're doing subtle little drops and hints all throughout the classes, which build rapport, which then builds the momentum to get people to want to sign up. Like, because it just comes from the inside out. It's really wonderful how the technique works.
Thank you. I think Patrick had a question for you, maybe.
Sure. I'm on my phone, so if you could read it. Oh, or go ahead, Patrick.
Okay. Thanks for your time. This is very helpful.
No problem. Thank you.
For your next event, how many people will you cap, like you would invite? So with the mandates and stuff.
So again, I would extend the invitation to as many as possible. And then if I see as it's starting to get accepted that about 15 people are there, I might then close a note saying, hey, we reached our max capacity. And then we're going to host another one at the end of the following month. But that's a little tricky, right? Because 15 people may confirm, but not all 15 people show. And so you just missed out on 5 other people that maybe could have came to the event.
Right.
It's an excellent question that I would probably want to brainstorm with Sharon and Doug. It just worked out for this first event. And I wasn't too concerned with many people coming, especially with this week and all the influx of COVID-19 positive results. I knew that not many people would show. But I'm thinking strategically, as you're asking me this question, that, you know, seeing how people are commenting, and as we get closer to the event, and let's say I cap it at 15, if I see that out of the 40 people I invited, the 15 aren't really putting the ingredients or anything that they're going to do, I'm going to follow up with a phone call to say, hey, are you really coming? Because if not, I need to open this invitation to someone else that will come to the event. So then that gives us opportunity to build relationships.
Keep in mind that we, Alicia, Michelle, us, we're all in South Florida, where it's like heavy duty. We're, you know, on the news and all that. And somehow she's able to overcome that. Good job, Alicia. Oh my goodness. Because I know from traveling, once I got out of our counties, it was like free for all, whether people wore masks or not. So it's not the same all over the country.
Yeah.
Really. Okay, that is great to hear from you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I see some other superstars on here, so I think you guys would love to hear from them.
Wait, before I forget,
go ahead.
I
You
have
had a
just an
question?
idea for Alicia. If I was coming to your salad party, my only concern would be the tongs. So maybe if people brought, or if you had like more extra forks and if people just use their own tongs over and over. So that, because once you touch the tongs, I don't want to touch the tongs after you. You know what I mean?
Or if you do, wouldn't you just wash your hands, maybe?
Well, you wouldn't wash your hands after each
No, but I mean
topping,
after.
you know?
Or maybe even the hand sanitizer, keeping that at the table. So
Yeah,
I left mine, but we all like washed our hands before we started prepping our salad. So we had freshly cleaned hands as we were prepping.
Oh, okay.
People kept their masks on the entire time. Someone commented gloves, that is a good idea, but then again, it's the same concept of if the glove then touches thing, then someone else touches it and such. So I think the most important part is definitely the bodily fluids not spitting into our food. I mean, an accidental conversation where someone speaks and
But
that
did they bring the toppings also, or you provided?
everyone brought their toppings. Everyone brought their toppings.
So the people
a
have
lot
to
of the
feel
toppings
pretty
that were brought were undone through sealed products that came. Like, so if someone brought chicken, they didn't open the chicken packet till they got to the event. The salad bags were opened at the event. So that's another way to also help control, like, even the exposure at home to prep the food, like purchasing stuff at the supermarket that's already pre-cut,
That's really
like boiled eggs, like that literally you can open and just like drop and then grab what they need.
And the truly most important thing is that she has been taking a class. She was bold enough. She's out there doing stuff. You know, that's why good things are happening. It's like good things happen when you're doing good stuff. She's taking classes. She's growing. She's bettering herself. She's bold enough to talk to the instructor and establish a relationship there. Somehow they end up at the house because she's doing an event. I mean, just awesome. And that's the lesson for all of us is to, you know, we got to put ourselves out there. We have to boldly share this information, and because nothing can happen if we don't, you know, so kudos. I mean, 3, and I'm talking, these are cool looking team members. I'll tell you that. Like, I'm like, dang, these look like cool people.
Yeah.
They're really excited too about helping the world. And I mean, it's just, if you surround yourself with those overall healthy individuals from the inside out, you feel a real good safety in your heart that you're around like-minded people that are not going to want to cause you harm. They're going to want your well-being, because ultimately that's what we want for everyone. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait to see where this team is going to take me and themselves. I'm so supportive, and so I'm really excited.
Excellent.
But,
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Nicole, I know you were starting to say something, or maybe you did. Did you finish what you wanted to ask Alicia?
Thank you, Sharon. Yes, I am complete, and she answered my question. Thank you very much, Alicia.
Okay, but Nicole, now I want to call on you. Okay, so I want you to tell them about Jose, because he's almost at QSC, and I think it's only been like 30 days, really. So 4,000 points and a team member is what Jose needs to get to QSC. And I was able to speak with him through a translator, which was Nicole, when he first started, and he had a great story and gave him some direction, and then they have taken off. So Nicole, just tell us what you did to help support Jose on this journey, because you've done an amazing job.
Thank you, Sharon. So yes, well, I have done very minimum. He has taken all this leadership and passion. I think it's like I hear from Alicia's conversation and sharing is that when it's meant to be and you're being present, and intentional, things happen. So he has been very intentional in sharing with everyone, and they have made this a family project where they have an 8-year-old daughter, and they were telling me the other day, because I called them to let them know that same message that you just shared, and they were just laughing, and I was like, so what are you doing? So they all contributed on the call. They all shared. The little one, she's so cute. She says that when her parents don't say anything, she brings out her gummies, because she was not eating them before, but because he's so passionate, now she's eating them continuously. So she says she gets her gummies out and say, you need to give this to your kids. I love this, and this is how I am eating my fruits and vegetables every day. So then that starts the conversation. Then he takes over, and when he doesn't take over, or when the wife told me, well, sometimes he just tells people, well, they cost $300, and she was like, no, don't tell them that, that's a turn down. And yet they're still buying the trio, but it's because they see the value, and he has done so good he has done so well. He has, they have seen the differences between 3 months and now in his health and his just physical body, that and they're just very, very intentional in sharing. As a matter of fact, they were out of town last week because the daughter graduated, or she passed her grades with excellence, and her birthday is this week. And they were telling me that they were calling people, and as we were talking, they were like, oh, I'm gonna give you 2 phone numbers so you can talk to them. One of them is vegan and the other one is, I don't know what, that I don't think I can handle those conversations. You talk to them. And I said, okay. So I just make myself available and support them. And since he doesn't speak any English, I'm constantly sharing with him short ways of either following up or images or things to do, but very short. Michelle has taught me that, like, just tell them what to say, what to do, simple, where they just copy and paste. And I think that also has served a lot. So now we are working in that one person that he has many, and watering the plant for him, but today I'm having the call with him where he needs to solidify the same, because they trust him. So the same way he has enrolled them to take the product, also he can enroll them on how, simple this can be in helping others and supporting others in their health benefits.
That's awesome. And see how she's locking arms with Jose and just making sure, because she knows best how this business works. So she's just giving him those little next steps, and Michelle's helping. Michelle's the leader of Alicia and Nicole. She's doing a great job herself, and we know that. So that's wonderful. Okay, so thank you, Nicole, for sharing that. And Jose's got, I don't know, like 11 orders this month, and he's very excited. And that's what you want. You want somebody really excited either about their results or the possibilities, because he's also excited about the possibilities of this business. I think he's furloughed maybe right now or something because of COVID. And, we have a lot of things to offer people, and he's taking advantage of it, and he sees the vision. So also, Nicole's very aware that this is the end of the month. Today's the 29th, tomorrow's the 30th. We have 2 days. You can do a lot in 2 days. You could get a lot done if you really put your mind to, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to go to the store. I'm not going to call the doctor. I'm not going to do this. Everybody else can do those things, and really focusing with blinders on like a horse, to get that done for Jose, because if he gets it done this month, he still has time. He can get it done next month. He's got a due date of next month. We have 60 days. But if he gets it done this month, he could go ahead and start collecting the commission next month. So it's in his best interest, and for her to always tell him what's in his best interest to get it done this month. Same with, I have a friend who already has the 1,000 points, but she just needs one more person. So she has time, but I want her to get that one more person. She could go ahead and finish her Partner Plus this month. So always thinking what's best for your partner, as far as, pushing the end of the month. The end of the month is really important. Thank you. And I know Garrett on here had a big goal for the end of the month, and he's cranking on it. So tell us how you came up with this goal, Garrett. And I mean, you're doing phenomenal.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. trying to remember. So I was trying to get literally one new client a day to get the Juice Plus. So I just made it a goal that I would speak to everybody who walked through my office and share the good news. I have a display on my front with the Juice Plus. I have a picture of all the fruits and vegetables and berries that are all in the product. So it's very powerful. So when they walk in, they see that. And I talk to them a little bit about it. I get a feel for them. And then when they leave, they see it again. And then they go, oh yeah, that Juice Plus you were telling me about, that's it, right? Yep. And then I just go into it. And then next thing you know, I get them signed up. So it's been really good. I don't know how many I've gotten this month, but been working on it, trying to get as many as I can. And same thing. So I haven't had problems with sales. It's now I have to try working on building the team. So that's my goal for next month. This month was get comfortable with sales and get comfortable speaking the speak, talking the talk to everybody. And I'm comfortable with that now. So I have no problems with my story and being able to share the product. Now I need to start honing my skills on how to build the team around me. So that's what's the next thing, the next goal.
That's phenomenal.
And when we approach it like a business like that, I mean, you can get comfortable with your story and quote selling in a month. It doesn't have to be a year or 3 years, right? So
yes.
I mean, that's just phenomenal. And if you read the GoPro book, that's one of the skills is sharing with people, building your list, sharing with people, bringing people on the team is another one of the skills. So it's just another skill he's going to work on. He's working on his skills. He's becoming a professional at this. And I guarantee you we're going to see results in the fruit of that.
If I could just say two more things. One is, to your point, Doug, you're 100% right. What I found was that works best for me is trying to get that 1% better in something. What is it? What am I going to do this week? And boom, that's what I did. That's my goal. And I'm trying to hit that, or this month. Next month will be another thing to keep improving and working on those. So just this, I don't know if you can all see this. Okay.
Oh, nice.
This whole thing. All right. That's just to show you this. This is not how life usually works, right? We're not in a linear fashion with growth. We would like to be going continually up like this, but a lot of times it's that loop right there, right? So you start out, get busy, and then it kind of drops, and then boom, then you start going up. And that's what happens with practice and commitment. So just kind of visualize it. That's what happens. Nothing's linear because we start going like this the first 30 days or whatever, and then all of a sudden like, I hit a little roadblock. Well, you stay with it, and then boom, the curve starts going up, and the growth is just going to be exponential. So whoever's here, just stick with it. I haven't been doing it that long, but that's the goal. Stick with it. Keep working the systems.
And so this is an opportunity to talk about personal growth really quick. He's being inspired to think this way from a book, I believe, right? What is the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Atomic Habits. I've been talking about this with someone else.
Yeah.
It's by James Clear. I'll just put it there in the chat. And he gives a lot of tips, and he has a little workbook. I mean, you can get a journal too, and I've been journaling more, which has really been important. So writing down things and goals, but we were talking earlier, I said, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. He's all about putting the systems in place, which is what Juice Plus is about. Juice Plus has all these systems that are involved in the Freedom Revolution. If you take those and use those, you're going to be so much happier and you're going to be so much better off. There's no reason to really reinvent the wheel. I'm just using a couple of these parts for my own personal growth to incorporate into the business.
I want to check that out because we met up at Florida State University, go Seminoles, and I think the football team must be into that book because they're always talking about 1% better in the weight room, 1% better.
Yep.
And I noticed that having that mindset it's like they're always winning, because it's such a small increment to get 1% better, that you're always winning.
100%. And so I can just tell you a quick little story. It wasn't, I probably won't do it justice, but the cycling team for England, for the country, for Great Britain. They had back in the, I guess the 70s, 80s, they had never won a medal in the Olympics ever. They'd never won a Tour de France. And so they got a new coach who came in and said, we're going to do everything. We're going to increase everything by 1%. That's all we need to do. And so they would change the bike. They would they would change the pillow that they would use to sleep on to increase their sleep. So all these little changes all added up over time. And England went on a route from I forget what the years were, but in the last 15, 20 years, they've won more gold medals than any other country in cycling by using this theory and this worksheet, by doing this 1%. And the cumulative effect of 1% is phenomenal over time. It's compound.
Yeah.
Well, I'm counting on it because I want to see my Florida State Seminoles winning football games again.
That's awesome.
No!
Oh,
Not the you.
No. I thought that was our goalpost. No.
No, it's wide right. Wide right.
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that.
Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Awesome.
Sharon.
Yeah, go ahead, Stace.
I was just going to give some advice to all of us here at the end of the month, and Garrett, you may find this helpful too in bringing in team members. So you go back to all of the customers that you've got this month, especially those that started at the beginning of the month, so before the 15th of the month. So they've had a good couple of weeks to get started with Juice Plus, and that's another reason why I give my new customers 5 days worth of capsules, just one of each color, so that they get it in their body. They can get that experience faster by the end of the month. And then you go back to them. The goal is, what I do is when I'm talking to them, I very casually bring up the idea of sharing it with other people when I'm sharing Juice Plus. So it would sound something like, I'm really excited for you to start seeing some changes in your own health. And I think that you're going to find yourself naturally sharing this with other people. People are going to come into your mind of, my mom needs more fruits and vegetables in my diet. My best friend has picky kids. My neighbor has been saying she's been tired. My sister's been looking for something like this. So as those people come into your, mind, you can share with them what you're now taking. And, who knows, maybe you want to do this with me later. We're really making a difference. So it's just very casually like that. I can tell from how I say that who's like, no, or a lot of times they'll say, yeah, actually, I was already thinking of my mom. She definitely needs this. And so we just go into a conversation. So now at the end of the month is when you go back and revisit that initial conversation. I'm going to revisit what their experience is. How's it been going? I've been keeping up with them anyway, but have you noticed any changes? Have you found yourself sharing this with anyone else? Has this come up into conversation? And it's not awkward to go back when you've already dripped it into the conversation at the beginning. Now I'm just revisiting that. And you can find people at the end of the month that have already had a good experience. Yeah, I already did talk to someone. Hey, let's go ahead and get these orders connected to you so that you can help your mom get started, because she's way more likely to order from you than she is from me. And then you can share, and you're going to get some money back on your orders. So if they're already open to sharing it with other people, they've already started talking, that's who I want on my team. Now, if I go back to a customer and they're like, well, I've sporadically taken it, or, nobody in my family will take Juice Plus. Like if they're just negative, I don't want them as a team member anyway, right? Like, let's just try to make them happy and get them happy with some happy juice in their head. So if they're not excited about it, why am I going to introduce the business to them? So you can read the conversations, but if you've already dripped on them before, just go back and revisit. And if you haven't dripped that information at the beginning, go back anyway. Those that are having a good experience, it's natural to start sharing that. Just like if they loved a movie they watched, they went and told people about that movie. If they're loving their Juice Plus, they've talked to people about it already. It's not that far-fetched of an idea that they are already speaking. Just go back and revisit the conversation. The end of the month is a good time to do that, because it's like, hey, let's get these orders moved to you. So that's often how I find team members.
That's phenomenal.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just open the conversation. If anybody has any questions of any of the people who've spoken. Okay.
Sharon, I wanted to add that I put on the chat where I found the Healthy Revolution PowerPoint.
Thank you.
one that I use that's very easy to read through, just the steps on how to get to it.
Okay.
So if you guys don't have any questions or anything, I wanted to mention Garrett is a doctor, but he's doing his own orders, own follow-ups. Hopefully he's good with that. I think he is. I think it's really the best way.
Yeah.
If the doctor can be involved in their own business. Because once you have that separation with the wellness coordinator and the doctor, it's kind of like they're not learning as much, the doctor. So it's harder to plug them in. So Garrett, I don't think we even offered a wellness coordinator to him. And that might have been why he had a little slow start. I'm not sure. But I think it's paying off for him. He's going to make all the sales profit, and he has more control and ownership of his business. So sometimes we offer, the wellness coordinator. Sometimes, if they can do it, I'd much rather them be able to do it. It's really not that hard. Is it that hard, Garrett?
No, it's not.
Good.
And the thing is that I see these people consistently. So it's always a conversation. The follow-up is super simple, I'm considering signing up, having my my office manager sign up and just have her do stuff under her, and then just help her out and move that forward too.
Absolutely. That's good. Okay, so I want to show you how to find what Stacy just said about, you have new customers this month. This is my virtual office. First of all, you want to look at PB. For those of you who understand this, this is how much the credit cards have processed over this month. We're at the end of the month, so the numbers are definitely better than when it restarts at the beginning of the month, okay? So you want this number to be at least 1,800 PB. That is qualifying your business. And Garrett's a new qualifier. I have to brag about him. He's a new qualifier this month also, so congratulations. That allows him to make an extra percentage on any of his team who's at a commission level, okay? And it might not be a lot right away, but it's actually the biggest part of Stacy's paycheck, our paycheck. Once you build a team and you're making a little bit on a lot of people, we have pages and pages of orders, that have processed under us, that it becomes the biggest part of your paycheck. So you want to get there. 1,800 is what you need this year. And that's a grace period till next year. It's supposed to be 2,000. Okay. And I don't know if they're going to stick with that, but probably that's what the plan is. And then here, POB is supposed to be 5,400. And thankfully, it looks like I have pending 85. But when you get to a certain position and people are POB under you, you don't have to worry about POB. Same with PB. So at my position, I don't actually have to worry about those numbers. But you guys, you're going to want to watch for that. But I'm going to go under team data just to see customer analysis, it's called. And you can look at that. I'm going to just do me, okay? And not, I'm going to see if I can cut it off without showing all my team. I wonder if that's possible. Oh yeah, level 0. Oh, 1, level 1. That's my FIN number. So I went under team, then customer analysis. Okay, guys? And I'm going to show you just a couple things. I'm not going to click anything here. All right. And I'm going to do from June 1st, actually, yeah, June 1st to June 29th, just to see my new customers. Now I could click on the alerts also, but I'm going to show you something else that you can do on here as well. So we're going to run the report. I think I have like 4 customers. Okay. Oh, and here's people that are direct to me. All right, so for Stacy, what she's saying is I need to check back with these people and see if maybe they'd like to become a team member this month because they would already have a certain amount toward their promotion, okay? So that's a reminder for me to go back and see. And then I could say, oh, well, Doug's got some people too. Maybe he should, or Denise, I could say, hey, what about this Lisa? Would she want to become a team member? Or somebody who's got a couple orders under them. So anyway, there's that. And then I want to show you that customer analysis can be good for next month. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these dates. How do I get rid of the dates? Let's see. Oh, okay. That's weird. Oh,
What do you want it to be? All day?
I guess I'll put it to like, I want to see the ones that are shipping next month. Stacy, should I put like March or something? March maybe to now. Stace?
Just go back like one screen back and then come back to this one. See if that works. Maybe clear your cache out.
Yeah. Okay. Customer analysis. This is for those people who are not new. Sorry, new people. To go back to the people that are going to ship in July, because reorders, they can also count their points. So let's see if that's empty. No. All right. So
Well, why don't you go from March 1st?
I'll do March. Is that when they'll ship? That's what I was trying to figure out.
April, May, June, July. No.
No.
February.
I'll do
1st.
February. All right, so we're gonna go February. Sorry guys, this is complicated now. But you can just play around with your virtual office. That's how I discover a lot of things. I'm just gonna do it to now.
No.
No?
You want to do just that month.
Oh, just that month.
Those are the
That's
ones
gonna
that are
be June,
shipping- yeah.
July. Okay. Sorry, this is a little more complicated than I wanted you guys to have to witness. And, well, I won't do format. Okay. Let's see. Did I even? Okay, that didn't work. Okay, well, I'm not going to show you that for now.
Well, I mean, another way you could do
That was
that
too
is as you
complicated.
go through the month and you see whose customers are shipping
Yeah.
soon, that's a time to have a conversation. When you
Garrett.
follow up and make sure they're ready for their shipment, you also follow up and see if they've shared with anybody.
Thank you. You saved the day.
There
All
you
right. So on your preferred customer genealogy, or when they come up for potential shipment, you know, we get that alert. These orders are going to ship in the next 10 days. Make sure you're monitoring that alert. Then you could say, hey, I see you've got a trio and a shake order. Trio is worth 300 points. Shake is worth 140. You just need 1,000 and you'll be able to get to what's called Partner Plus with the company. Get $50 back of the 52 that you would pay in to be in the system. And you would then, for the rest of time, at least this year, you would make back 5%, you know, on your orders. And then we could talk about whether you want to do more, whether you want to share with other people in your family. We would actually definitely talk to them about that at that time. Stacy, what say you about that? Because I totally jumbled that.
So you're saying our own personal customers or looking for our team members?
Same. So you put in your fin and you'll be able to see. For some reason I couldn't. Like, I mean, because mine is massive. If I just put in my number and let it rip, it'll show me a lot of people. And then I would sort by the date. And the people in July would be the ones that I would maybe say. But that's how we can see our team, besides the preferred customer genealogy report. But they can see on their alerts, you know, who's going to ship in the next 10 days. And they could talk to their sponsor. Hey, how can I introduce the business to this person? They've ordered multiple things or sharing with others maybe. Go ahead, Stacey.
Honestly, we should be printing out a list of all of our customers shipping this month anyway, because that's what we've got to alert our customers to, you know, their next shipment. So that's what I do.
Can you walk
I don't think I can share my screen unless you give me permission to, but I print it out and there's certain things that I have on here of what I'm looking for. Like I want to know what product they have. I want to know what the status is, if it's been rescheduled or if it's active, canceled. You know, mostly if it says an O or an R. And then next ship date, you can put last ship date if you want to. The customer type, is it a CHS, which is Children's Health Study, which is really Family Healthy Starts, that information on there. So I have it all for the whole month. So if I have the whole month printed out, then I, like the very first few days of the month, I call through the 15th or text, really it's not calling, texting or Facebook messaging. And then I put a text or Facebook little reminder, like which one did I do it? And then once I've contacted them, they have said, yes, I need it, or please postpone it, then I highlight it so I know which ones are done. That way I don't have people shipping and then waking up at like 11:30 at night realizing, oh gosh, Mary's order is shipping tomorrow. Oh no, I got to try to get in there before, you know, ships out in the morning. So sometimes that still happens, but I have found that really helps the most. So I have my orders and then Jarrett's orders, you know,
And
together.
I think I saw Jarrett like 80 customers.
Yeah, but I put like a lot of my older customers are underneath me that I've had for a long time, and all the new ones are under Jared. So yeah,
Can
his
you
list
share
is
your screen and show them how you created that report?
even better. I will post in Team Transformers an image that I have it all locked down. I mean, I definitely can. I can show you
Yeah,
guys.
we need to know like where to find it and stuff.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I
Hey,
have
sweetie.
it typed out. Go
How
ahead.
was it?
It was fun.
Good.
Oh,
Yay.
somebody-
Went in the
if you need to mute
ocean.
yourself, we can hear your conversation. Just don't want you to say too much.
Bit of a list. Yeah.
Okay, so this is preferred customer. I'll go all the way back. So customer data, and then customer search and follow, but it's going to give us a whole lot more options. And then advanced customer search. And then we want to tell it what we want on the list. So you're going to format what you want on there. So if you click it, those things are going to be on there. I don't need to know their city and state because I'm just letting them know their order is coming. But I do want status, and I want product description, and I like to have last ship date as well. So those are the things that I put in there. Then do return next step. I'm not going to put anyone's name because I want all of my customers, but I do want to know who's shipping this month. So I'm going to do July 1st, excuse me, through July 31st, but I'm also going to include the weekend because I don't want somebody to ship over the weekend that I think I'm clear. And I'm going to go even to the 4th because I don't want Monday morning for me to have missed that either. So I'm going to go to August 4th on that. And then go to the bottom, push run report. Then I want it organized by next ship date. I don't want this one in August to be at the top. So if you click anything that's in blue on the virtual office, it's going to organize it or give you other options. So now I put it in the list of order that they're going to be shipping. I do submit format report, and then I'm going to print that. And then that's what I'm going to go off of for this month. So those are my customers. And then I'll do the same thing for Jarrett because he's a distributor underneath me. So his list is probably going to be twice that much. So, but there's so many great conversations. The other thing I have found is if I make a graphic and I send an image with my text, I will get a response almost immediately. If I just send a text, I won't get the response as quickly. So I don't know if you guys can see this one, but I'll just make it up depending on the season. So I just made the pineapple with put glasses on, a little smiley face, and it says, summer is here and your Juice Plus order is on the way. Please let me know if you need me to make any changes. So I send that with my text saying, hey, Linda, just a heads up that your capsule and chews are scheduled to ship on the 15th. How are you doing on your supply? I can see that she has not rescheduled her order. Linda usually does. She usually pushes it back at least a month. So I would be very careful to make sure I get a yes before I let that ship. If it's somebody like I have some like Patricia Ducran, she has ordered with me for 17 years and she is on time every single time. Like I rarely ever have to delay her order. And of course I have asked her to be on my team, but no, think how much money she has let go, 17 years, just if she had stayed her own customer. But she's a great customer. I'm happy for that. But like Dustin, I can also see the last time they got their shipment, Dustin and Whitney, was in January. So she asked me to postpone it again. If the company, if they don't have it shipped within 1 year, you won't be able to make changes on the virtual office, and you'll have to cancel the order and put in a new one. So you don't want to get stuck on a Saturday trying to get in there to make the order change, and you can't, and then it ships out on Monday and you have to call the company and ask them to get it off the truck. Like, so that's why I want to see when was their last ship date. So if I need to, I just need to stay on top of it, and that's probably going to be the best way that I can. So that's just what I have found to help with those. But I'll send you a graphic that I made, an image that has step-by-step of what to do.
So
Thank
good.
you, Stacy. Oh my goodness. We appreciate you.
Another incredible lunch and learn. Great info.
You guys are incredible.
You guys are awesome. Stop that screen share.
I'm trying.
I love that, you know, I bumbled it and I have team members who are better than me. So you guys can just be happy that you do not have to be perfect. You just keep
perfect to me.
sharing. Yeah. You're right. I'll remember that later. So anyway, just thank you for being who you guys are. You guys are all awesome. You all have your individual gifts and talents, and you're all welcome and just so awesome. So thank you.
What's the marching orders?
Start the doggy on Juice Plus. That's one of them.
Okay,
Maria.
try Juice Plus
Maria's
with a
gonna
pet.
put King, and what's your dog's name, Maria? King's going on Juice Plus. Who else?
Romy.
Romy's going on Juice Plus.
Romy's 13 years old. So we'll see how he does. A little chihuahua.
Thanks, Gwen, for reminding me that the berries will actually kill my puppy.
Oh my god!
Because I have given him one.
It has
so
cocoa.
I know. I gave him a berry.
And grapes.
He's not
Grapes are toxic for dogs too.
Yeah, very
So I can
much
give him
so.
fruits and veggies, right?
Right, red and green, and the omegas.
And sometimes people give vanilla shake.
Yeah. But the omega, he gets it on the floor.
Oh, he's gonna love the vanilla shake.
Yeah.
Any end of the month
okay,
challenges?
end of the month. You know, I think Garrett's still got a goal of 20 customers. I think he's at 16. So
Plenty of
let's
time.
hear it for Garrett. He can do it. Let's finish up all of our goals that we have. Let's place a goal. If we don't have one, I don't know what that one was, Garrett. You're welcome.
1%.
1% to get 1% better.
I'm getting
Right.
the atomic book.
And try to include some personal growth, whatever you do. You know, I was on my trip, I listened to an Audible, read a little bit of a book, get better at 1%.
By the time we see them on Wednesday, they're going to be 2% better.
Wow. Is it 1% a day, Garrett, that we're supposed to get better?
Yeah.
It depends on your goal, whatever goal you set. So 1% better, depending on what. So I try and 1% better every day. So write my goals down every day. Write down which goals are not, or I'm sorry, which habits are not serving me and which ones are, and then stick to those and keep improving.
I have one here for you.
Well, you write your goals.
Here, the other
every
one's
day.
not there.
Oh, I didn't hear you. What?
You write your goals every day?
Not goals, habits. Yeah, I track my habits every day. That's what I've been doing now for a week, and it's crazy, but it works so well.
I love it.
So
Thank you for sharing. You guys are
yeah,
awesome.
thank you guys.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next
Have
time.
a great day.
Give it a big push. End of the month, guys.